Hello, assalamu alaikum, and welcome back to Elsutra's kitchen. My latest today's video is going to be buttered chicken wings. This buttered chicken wings is one of my favorite chicken wings ever, and I'm going to show you in detail, step by step, how I achieved this. So first of all, coming back from the market, buying the chicken wings, I have them freshly here, and what I'm going to start with is to wash them and make sure that I get all those fatty stuff out of the chicken, because especially on the wing side it's always so sticky and you always see those fats, especially if your grocery store is not good at washing them properly, and you getting out the remaining feathers from the chicken wings, just making sure it is just totally clean. I love that. So I will going to be adding in some vinegar to the chicken wings and the salt. If you remember from my barbecue chicken, I always add vinegar when I wash my chicken, because vinegar helps, either vinegar or some lemon juice. It helps a lot in removing all the excess fatty kind of stuff on the chicken. You understand what I'm talking about, I'm sure. Okay, so let's move on. So here I am adding my vinegar from my spray bottle. Actually, this is the last batch of the vinegar in the bottle, so I just pour everything inside. And I also added some salt and just soak the chicken in there for a couple of minutes, and I'm going to rinse it up, and I'm going to make sure I pat it up with some paper towel, so to make sure that I have all the water out of the chicken, because if we're going to do the marination, we don't want it to have any water with it. So I'm just patting off everything and cleaning off the anything that is around the chicken. So now let's marinate. So the first thing I'm going to be having in my little tiny bowl here is some chicken seasoning, which you can use any brand you want, either Maggi Star or naan, or any kind of chicken broth you can get. And I'm also going to be adding some lemon peppers, kind of a lemon spice. I love just to taste a little bit of zest in my chicken. And I'm also going to be adding a little bit of salt into the mixture, as well as some paprika. You can use chili pepper or paprika, if anyone you have around your kitchen. I also added some chili flakes, and later on, not just right now, we'll be adding some baking powder and some what is it called, some cornstarch. So this here I have some ginger powder. I also have some garlic powder, and I will be adding lastly some onion powder. So all the spices I added here is just to give me a kind of spice and a kind of taste and juice into my chicken. So anything you can find around your kitchen is totally up to you. You can use for this marination. The most important spices I added here is just some salt, chicken seasoning, some chili pepper, some lemon pepper. Even if you don't have lemon pepper, you're still going to have a juicy chicken. As long as you marinate it with the ingredients that you have around your kitchen, you are going to be good to go. So you see I patted some more the chicken with some paper towel because I noticed some water. And now I added all my mix of dry spices into the chicken, and I am going to be mixing, or let's just use hand and mix this, so that we make sure every individual part of the chicken and every piece is coated with the marination mix. Because sometimes with the spoon you don't want to get your hands dirty, but to be honest, it doesn't give you that mixture that you're looking for, that you wanted. I would have used hand gloves here, but I was just in a hurry, to make dinner. So I added some baking powder here, some cornstarch. What baking powder and cornstarch is going to do to our chicken is to give it a little bit kind of crunch. And in a crunchy chicken recipes, usually we use the a flour, all-purpose flour. But the thing is, usually after it sits for a couple of minutes, it becomes a bit soggy. The skin of the chicken becomes a little bit soggy, so you either have to eat it immediately, or for sometimes it becomes soggy, and I don't like that. So I found this recipe of using the baking powder from another professional chef, and I was like, why not in my next batch of chicken to use the baking powder. So what I did here, I have a little bit of crushed onions that I'm going to be using later to make some sauce for the chicken. So starting off frying the chicken, I'm just going to be using my air fryer to fry this chicken because I am trying to fry this as healthy as I can. I don't want to deep fry it, and I don't have time for the oven because I am also cooking other recipes currently. So I'm just going to be using my air fryer to make this. It's going to make my life so much easier while I'm multitasking in my kitchen, which is my favorite thing to do because I love getting all my food ready at the same time, so I will have more time to do my other things in my life. So air fryer is set up, and here we are. I set it up for 15 minutes and then I checked it after about 7 minutes, and this is what I got. So what I'm going to do now is to flip it over, because actually with air fryer you don't expect to have the bottom parts to be fried as well. So you need to flip it in between the time, like in the middle of the timing that you set up. So based on my setting for 15 minutes, I flip it around 7-8 minutes. So I'm going to have the other side, because the air fryer usually fry the chicken from the top. The heat comes from the top, so usually the bottom, the heat gets circulated in between, but then the bottom is not actually going to give you that crunch fry if you didn't flip it. So that is what I just did, and I got my first batch out. I'm going to be adding some more batch into the air fryer because this is another tip: do not overcrowd your fryer basket. If you do that, you end up getting the top part of the chicken cooked and the ones in the bottom not cooked. So this is what I do. I usually just do it in batches. So for this whole chicken, I'm going to do about 3 batches to all get everything fried, because otherwise you end up having to be turning and you will not have all of them having the same texture. So just take your time and fry them little by little. The second batch is also out, and I'm going to be frying the third batch. So my ladies, let's keep moving and let's get this fried chicken going. So let's do our sauce now. Since we have our second batch out, before the third batch is out, we're just going to have our butter sauce now. And here in my skewer, all I have is a little bit of oil, and I added the crushed onions that we crushed earlier. This is just yellow onions. You can use any kind of onion, but don't use the purple onion. You can use either white or the yellow onion, because the purple onion is just going to make it looks different color. So what I have here is a tablespoon of butter. I'm also going to be adding a little bit of that lemon pepper that I used earlier. I just love this lemon pepper. And to add to that, I am also adding a zest of the lemon, fresh zest, lemon zest. Oh my gosh, it gives a kind of aroma in this together with the onions and the butter. It's just, something to die for. Everything is going to come to life very soon. So here we are. Our onion is almost looking kind of goldish color, and I am adding a little bit of honey. Honey is very essential in this recipe as well because it gives you that balanced taste of the salt and sugar. It's amazing. And I also have my coriander here, the cilantro, fresh one that I just chopped earlier. So here we are. Our sauce is ready. I'm just adding a little bit of salt to balance that honey taste. And if you like it sweet, you don't need to add the salt. So I also added some crushed peppers. And here is our fried chicken. Oh my gosh, guys. You actually don't need to do this sauce if you just want to have it just like that. You can go ahead and have your chicken is juicy already, but together with the sauce like this, the butter sauce, that makes it the butter chicken. And I am telling you guys, if you ever try this recipe, please let me know what your family think of it. I am sure they will always ask and ask you to make this recipe one more time. So I am just garnishing again with um, my coriander leaves. So here we are, my ladies. Our chicken is all done and it's good to go on our serving platter. It is just, I don't want it to emphasize on this recipe, but guys, please go try it on. Go try it on and let me know on the comment section if you would love to try this, and if you have your family members loving chicken wings. We love chicken wings, especially myself and my husband. On our movie nights, this is our to-go snack. We always want to eat some chicken wings on movie nights. It's amazing. Just look at that. We are done. Chicken is ready to be served. So let me know in the comment section what you think of this recipe, and thank you so much for always coming through and watching this channel. Bye for now.